spitting fire, we march on our big riot, hot, technical, minor, big hot, looking knowledge, that's how we just tight, when they want to be with the numbers, hoping to 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to flow, now the running with the notice, taking over the world, we got a partner with chronic, we never the start, never the night, we never the kids.
Jake's not responding. I don't know if he knows how to flip it or not. I reminded Jake to make sure it's hooked up to Cool. He said he was going to do it right then and there, so I hope he did. It was hooked up to KWL. So if you can do that, that'd be great. You can hear it since we're good. Thank you so much. You know how to switch it from 1 to 2 or not? Team J is on his way. Hang on one second. I can't tell here. It's not Can you get the official's name from the PA guy? The referees? That's good for me. Josh Junker, Nate Hunt, Luke Owen, and Chuck Jones. Who's that? What is it?
Yeah, country West Coast.
Oh. Is that you guys?
What'd you say?
Is that you guys with the music?
No. What's wrong with that one?
Hello? Hello? Testing. Whenever this song is done, KWL. Testing. Whenever this song is done, KWL. Testing. Whenever this song is done, KWL. Testing. Testing. Well, good evening, fans. Football is back. School 98 wrapping up the season in Kimball as the Kimball Wildcats host the Trojans. So this past night of the football tilt. Yes, I am Steve Morgan. Normally, I'm joined by Dylan Linden tonight. And so I'll be getting some help with stats from Jason Breyer. Well, good evening, fans. Football is back. School 98 wrapping up the season in Kimball. Good evening, fans. Host the Trojans. We're dealing with this past night of the football tilt. Yes, I am Steve Morgan. Normally, I'm joined by Dylan Linden as lead teams. The other class of soul. Thanks for getting some help with the stats from Jason Breyer. Game of the week on Cool 98.3 FM. It's not only this season, coming off an amazing, awesome season a year ago, just missing the dome by 4 points. Caleb Weber is a solid starter back at quarterback. The senior's back running the offense for Coach Matt Gray. Now, Kimball White Lake has a new coach, Ryan Sluzak. He's no stranger to the program. He played for legendary coach Dale Taylor. He coached under Coach Taylor for 10 years. He loves to teach and coach fundamental football with a lot of discipline. He tells me a new culture to get back to the basics for the Wildcats are in order. Carter Lenz is back by Lake with a sophomore running back. Well, interesting week one matchup. We'll find out about these teams here coming up in our pregame show. We talked to both coaches here on Cool 90. Tonight, Parkston FB live from Kimball. And we'll continue with comments from both head coaches coming up next. Cool 98 and online, 98.com. We're back in Kimball in 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute, there should be a liner going into the broadcast. I don't know, DJ said he put it in there. So we just put into. No, it goes back to just the game in general. It should be cool sport. Just go to the interview and maybe up and ask more. Just put it in the deck. So, there's some. on this one. I don't use this one as open. You're me. Yep. Just give me a 30-second. I think I say a minute. I'm not sure. I say just give me 30. A little behind. Nope, I'll call for that. Did you ask CJ where those liners were? Okay, cool. Oh, hopefully. Okay. Oh, yeah. How long is Kimberlite Lake interview? Just like this. Getting old. Hey, John. Going every break into your knee or interview or whatever, hit those liner things if you could. Unless I say not to. Just give me a 30, John. 30 plus a liner.
Lineup for tonight's game, starting on defense. The 1D line, number 5, the senior, Porter Dyson. Another D line, number 28, the junior, Maddox Brissett. D line, number 56, junior, Will Jagosi. Another D line, number 71, senior, Preston Matthias.
Welcome back here to Kimball. Tonight's Law on the Field is being sponsored by the Office of the South Dakota Attorney General. Tonight's officials are Hunter White, Josh Junker, Nate Punt, Luke O'Hara, Chuck Jones. We'll be right back with the starting lineup. Opening kickoff next from Kimball. It's the McLeod Printing Area Game of the Week on Cool 98.9 and Cool98.com.
Another D-back, number 7, a sophomore, Coulter Kramer.
Back to me after this with the lineup.
And a D-back, number 11, a junior, Luke Foreman. Trojans are coached by Matt Gray, assisted by Larry Grunick, Chad Cadozi, Peyton Smith, and Jason Weber. Cheerleaders are Candy Heidegger, Kenley Hecke, Rory Junkie, Ada McConan, Galen Negebauer, Reese Stryker, Claire Stommer, and London Sudbeck. And now for the Kimball Lake Wildcats.
Welcome back here to Kimball on our Game of the Week here. Putting John Hickory back in the studio. I am Steve Morgan. No Dylan Lindy tonight, by the way. It's a flying solo here in Kimball for the Game of the Week. Now, throughout the year, you're going to hear the Cool 98.3 Sports Scoreboard update being sponsored by Wild Oat Great Life Fitness. Also, in each team gets inside the 20-yard line. That's the Scott Supply Red Zone, sponsored by your Case IH dealer on West Highway 16 in Mitchell. That is Scott Supply. Also coming up, we'll have the Pelican Water Break halftime show for you with all the stats, scoring, highlights, score, and more. Pelican of Mitchell. Also be listening to the Sunday Sports Player of the Game in the Farm Bureau Financial Services Rocky Newhouse postgame show of tonight's game. The winner will receive an awesome looking t-shirt from Sunday Sports. The shirt was designed by Dylan Lindy and probably made by Chase McBriar, who's my stag guy here tonight for Sunday Sports. They do print t-shirts. And of course, be listening to the Farm Bureau Financial Services Rocky Newhouse postgame show. We'll recap all the stats, scoring, highlights, scores, and of course, the Sunday Sports Player of the Game. From auto and home insurance, farm and ranch insurance, life insurance, and more, Rocky can help customize your coverage to fit your specific needs. That's the postgame show brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Rocky Newhouse. And every single week, we'll bring in the class picking area game of the week right here on Cool 98.3 and online at Cool98.com. Your Cool 98.3 Sports Scoreboard update will give you some games that are going on tonight. Wranglers at Miller Highmore Herald. Baltic at Bridgewater Emory Ethan. Irene Wakanda at Canastota. Avon at Cologne. McCook Central Montrose at Flandreau. Corsica Stickney at Gayville Vollen. A big game tonight. Hanson is at Howard tonight. We'll keep a close eye on that. 9AA football. Woonsocket, Weston Springs, Sanborn Central at Mount Vernon Plankinton. Jim River is at Sioux Valley in Volga tonight. And Freeman Academy is at Burke tonight as well. And that just a kind of glimpse of the scoreboard coming up on the Wild Oak Fitness scoreboard show. We have a 9AA football game, and that's going to be the polls we're going to look at here. Number 1 is Howard, followed by a tie for second between Wall and two-time defending champion Platte Geddes. Hanson is 4th. Hamlin is 5th, and the Parkston Trojans did receive some goals and just barely missed the top 5, along with Bonham, Ipswich, and Florence Henry, 9AA high school football polls. Kind of a special cool deal here. We're doing a little fundraising here for Bo Kirsch. Young man had some heart issues. He was told by doctors not to play football. He is out there in number 30. His jersey will not be playing football this year, but he is a part of this team. He was announced as part of the starters. He would have been a starter for this football team here for Kimball White Lake. So we wish him very well in his continued life. They say a normal, healthy life, just without sports. And he was a heck of a football player, played a little basketball, and played a little baseball as well. So our thoughts and prayers and wishful thinking there for Bo Kirsch We got a lot of t-shirts here. That's for Bo tonight here in Kimball White Lake to cheer on the Wildcats against the Trojans of Parkston. Kimball White Lake after tonight, they're going to be on the road in Tyndall. They'll take on Bonham coming up. That'll be next week. And taking it next week, Parkston will be at home against Platte Geddes. Both these teams have very harsh schedules for 9AA football. Looking at your officials here, they are going to go with the coin toss, and it looks like the coin toss is going to be won by Kimball White Lake. They decided to take the football first. They'll be going to right on your football field. Here is the Wildcat offense. They'll start at quarterback number 1, Carter Lenz, 6 foot, 160-pound senior. The running backs are Aiden Myers, the sophomore. He's a good one, 5'7", 150, number 20. The fullback, number 28, Jaden Kaler, 5'9", senior, 205 pound. Your wingback is Nathan Monin, 6'1", 155, wingback at number 4, he's just a sophomore. Your 2 tight ends, number 13, Blake Leiferman, 6'5", 190, big target there for Lenz to look for Leiferman. The other tight end is Lucas Lenz, a 5'10", sophomore, 170 pounds, number 32. And up front blockers are Jackson Purcell, 6'3", 235 pounds, senior. Jackson Christensen, 6'2", 230, a senior. And Emmanuel Defenbaugh, 6'1", junior, 295. So very big up front for the Wildcat offense here this year. You'll also see Lance Bass and J.D. Goff in the game as well for the Wildcat. So we're going to do some kicking off here for the Trojans. Will be Bryce Nagebauer, number 50, 5'10", 240-pound senior, kicking things off for the Wildcats. And back deep for Kimball White Lake will be number 20, Aiden Myers. And also back there, number 4, looks like Nathan Monin. Both sophomores, but very talented sophomores for the Kimball White Lake Wildcat. Line drive kick by Nagebauer, going to bounce around once, twice, going to roll it into the end zone for a touchback. Went off the fingertips and through the end zone. Aiden Myers, and the sophomore cannot return it. That is where Kimball White Lake will take it. First down and 10 as they're going left or right on your dial. We'll take a look at the Trojan defense here. First ball up front, defensive line, Porter Nagebauer, 5'8", 175-pound senior. Maddox Brissett, 6 foot, 185, and a junior. Will Jadozzi, he's one of the good ones as well, 6'2", 215, and a junior. And Preston Mathias, 5'11", 295, and a senior up front for Parkston. We'll give you the rest here in a minute. High formation here for Carter Lenz. Well, he's a quarterback. He was a wide receiver last year. Hands it off. First play of the ball game from the 20-yard line. Maybe gets a couple of yards off that right side for Myers. He'll be brought down by a whole slug of white jerseys. Linebacking core, they're pretty good for Parkston. That's Braden Jervik, 5'7", 200-pound junior. Jaron Nesham, 6 foot, 185, and a junior. And your defensive backs for your Trojans, Jesse Newton, 5'11", 175, and a senior. Walter Kramer, 5'9", 185, and a sophomore. Luke Borman, 5'9", 145, and a junior for Parkston. 3-yard pickup, second down and 7. Wildcats, I formation here, black jerseys, Kelly green and white uniforms. Toss pitch, comes that right side. Hot pursuit by the Trojans and going to bring them down for maybe no gain on the play as Myers got brought down. Good job stringing it out for the Trojan defense. Coming up, making a stop. Looks like number 7, Colton Kramer, making a stop. And it'll be third down and long here for the Wildcats. Here in the first possession, the Kimball White Lake Wildcats again going left to right. Road white uniforms, a little bit of blue and orange letters and trim for the Parkston Trojans. You'll also see Cade Turringer, a senior, 6 foot, 170, come in. Cody Hector will come in as well, a junior. James Decker, Riley Cook, Hale Wyther, and Bryce Nagebauer all in and out of that lineup on both sides of the football. Matt Grave and the Parkston Trojans. Third down, long. Here comes a handoff. Power left side, going to hit off one, but can't get away from the second, and brought down for maybe a 1-yard gain. It'll be fourth down and coming up. Couple yard gain on that left side. And a heavy dose here of Aiden Myers. Aiden Myers, the 5'7", 150-pound sophomore. Fourth down and a long three. Looks like back to punt will be Jackson Christensen from White Lake. All by himself. To return is number 7, Walter Creed, 5'9", 185, and sophomore. The punt, high, spiraling punt. He's going to bounce up to 50 and take a Parkston bounce near the 46-yard line of the Kimball White Lake Wildcats. That's where the Parkston Trojans will take it. First down, and as they're going now right to left and now. Trojan offense led by Caleb Weber, 6'5" senior. Running back, he is probably one of the best. 9W football, it's Braden Jervik, 5'7", 200-pound junior. Colton Kramer, 5'9", 185, and a sophomore. And also Luke Mormon, 5'9", 145, and a junior in the backfield for Parkston. D set here for the Trojans. Back in motion now. It's going to be Mormon. He's going to get the carry, and he's going to dive forward at the 40, down to maybe the 39-yard line. Good 6-yard pickup for Mormon. He came in motion on being that walk the wing, cut to the side, got a nice little flip from Caleb Weber. He hit you with all different kinds of misdirection plays here at Parkston. They lost 24-20 in the Final Four, if you will, to get to the dome in the semifinals. Coach Graves said they're still stewing about that. Almost a year later. Good play action, going to be handed off to Braden Jervik. He's going to bust out to the outside of the 35. Flag comes in, still fighting down to the 25-yard line for Jervik. But wait a minute, we got two flags in the play all the way back at the line of scrimmage. This may be coming back, but a nice toss pitch to Braden Jervik, the junior running back. It's going to be a holding on the Parkston Trojans. Now, first flag of this young football season. Delegates a good long run down to 20. A good run. Jervik. Maybe about 15 yards. Went all the way back. Second down, but now down and a little bit longer here by holding the penalty. That second down, about what happened. 9-10 yards to go. I didn't think it was that. Now they're going to get 5 more yards. It's about second down and 5. So we're going to go back now. Second down, about 14 yards. But we get down to the Kimball Whiteley 35 for a first down. They're right at me at the 50. Handoff coming left side, shooting the gaps, missed him. Coming back against the grain, and that's going to be Colton Kramer. He's going to get a big chunk of 8 yards back. He'll get about maybe close to 10 yards, 9 yards back on that. He'll get marking out to the 40-yard line. Third down and one to get for Parkston. It's a good chunky yardage, about 10 yards to get back that penalty. 18 left to go first quarter. Parkston on the road against KWL. Opening season 9AA football here on Cool 98.3 and online at cool98.com. In motion, Luke Borman. Play action pass this time. Going to air it out. Move deep downfield and just overthrows his intended receiver, Colton Kramer, off his outstretched fingertips at the 10-yard line, incomplete. That brings up now 4 down and 5 for the Parkston Trojans at the Wildcat 40. See what Matt Reeve goes here. You think if you're going to go a long pass on 3rd down, you're going to go for it on 4th down, and that's exactly what Matt Grave is going to do with the Parkston Trojans. Caleb Weber hits the ball from the sidelines. His troops up to the line of scrimmage. 4th down. 5 yards. So this is a long 5, by the way. Long snap count. Play action pass. Back to back. They do the same play. Going to air it out deep again. This time, this one maybe partially tipped at the goal line. Great defensive tip by Nathan Monin, the 6'1", 155-pound sophomore. He maybe got a fingernail on that to turn over and down. It's now 1st down and 10. We go the other way. Both teams had a chance at the ball here first. Parkston a little bit better opportunities here on their first down, but all for naught here. And it'll be back to the Kimball Whiteley Wildcats 1st down and 10. Home, 40-yard line. A long shot from Caleb Weber. Looked like almost starting a copy of 3rd down. Kimball, they cut him. Split out wide left is Nathan Monin, the wingback, 6'1", sophomore. High formation here. Signals, play action pass, gonna roll. Lentz looking, he's gonna tuck it. He wants to run. He'll get hit hard and out of bounds right in front of the Wildcat bench. And pushing him out of bounds over there. 5-quarter Negabout. Also in there as well. Looks like 6 for Parkston. Name on that as well. And that's going to be we have a 6. Parkston. So this. Somebody's listening in the stands for the Parkston. 6. Pickup there. Now, 3-yard pickup. Good tuck and scramble. Last year, Carter Lamb was a wide receiver. He said, "No, coach, I'm a senior. I'm going to take it upon myself to run the entire playbook and be the quarterback this year." And that was a spot needed for the Wildcats. Here comes the quarterback rollout, scramble to the left side, and keep himself at a great defensive stop. Coming up and making a stick for the Parkston Trojan defense is Luke Borman, the junior defensive back, stuck Lentz in the backfield for a loss of about 4 yards. It's 3rd down and 11 now for the Wildcats. Great job in hot pursuit.
39-yard line.
Quarterback kind of roll out to the left side. Design quarterback scramble. And he gets upended for a 4-yard loss. So 3rd down and long. See what the pick call is here. Ryan Klusak, and in his first year as head coach, he's been with this program really since, I want to say, birth. He grew up here in Kimball. He played for Coach Dale Taylor, coached him for 10 years, was an assistant, and now he's the head coach here for Kimball White Lake. Back to pass, 3rd and 11, looking deep. Now wants a tuck and scramble, and not going to go anywhere. That's going to be a sack. Coming up making the crunch is Will Jadozi, 6'2", 215-pound junior, with the sack. Another loss on the play. It's 4th down and forever here for Kimball White Lake, and back to hunting situation again for Jackson Christensen, 6'2", 230, and 18 here. The Wildcat. For the Trojans.
Christensen back punt for the Wildcats.
He's standing at his own 35-yard line. Punt. And enter it away and go out of bounds. Hit the track and into the woods on the far south end of the football field. Kicking it away from a very dangerous Coulter Creamer, the sophomore. They're going to knock it out of bounds at the Parkston 45-yard line. So again, back-to-back great good position for the Parkston Trojan. Last time, turnover on downs. We'll see them here in their second offensive possession. Bring his team out. We cuddle in a hurry. 39 left to go in first quarter. No score. In our pool 98-3 game of the week. Kimball White Lake hosting Parkston here tonight. Set. In motion. Here comes the handoff. Coming to that left side. Bobbled it momentarily. It was Colton Kramer. And go forward. 5 yards out of it. Take it out to the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Myers and Baller on tackle for the Wildcats. Pick up
Wildcats
5 on
will
play, bring up 2nd and 5.
That was
Midfield.
Jackson. Looks like Jackson Purcell and Lucas Lenz come up making the punch and stop after a 5-yard gain for Kramer. They'll give it to Jerbick a lot. We'll also have Kramer and Borman in there as well. Tuck it too. A couple of big tight ends. Play action going to be a fullback through this time. That's going to be Braden Jerbeck, and he'll dance and he'll get enough for the 1st down. He'll be down to the 40-yard line for a 10-yard pickup. He gets down into Kimball White Lake territory. Back-to-back good runs there for the Parkston Trojan offense. Up front, Wiley Cook, Preston Mathias, Porter Megabauer. Your tight ends are Maddox, Brissett, and Bill Jadozi. Up front here for the Parkston Trojans, the Trojan running backs are Luke Herman, Colton Career, Braden Jerbeck, quarterback Caleb Weber. Down and 10 from the 40-yard line of Kimball White Lake. Boy, he gets hit in the backfield, still stays on his feet. It's Colton Kramer, and he'll dive enough for past the 1st down mark the way it looks. Should get about maybe 10 and a half, 11 yards. And it will be enough for the 1st down. They'll give him 11 yards on that, just inside the 30-yard line of Kimball White Lake. 1st down for the Parkston Trojans. Good looking drive here in the 2nd offensive possession here of his 1st down. 4:14, quarter. Looking up to the line of scrimmage again for Caleb Weber. Motion, woman, play action, rolling, looking. The right-handed quarterback wants to run. He wants to throw. He's going to tuck it and run and get pushed out of bounds before he's corralled. And after a nice little game, Jackson Christensen, the linebacker, wrap up. Caleb Weber pushes him out of bounds after about a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and a long 3 coming up. He get it just inside the 20-yard line of Kimball White Lake for another 1st down. The Parkston Trojans. Nearing the Scott Supply red zone here for the Parkston Trojans. Huddle, they don't waste much time in the huddle. Unbalanced line to the right side now. In motion. Here comes a handoff, right side, gonna turn that hole, turn the corner, big hole, inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and he's inside the 5-yard line and just short of the goal line. Nice run by Luke Borman, and he tiptoed down that sideline for a push out of bounds. That's gonna be down to 2, maybe 1 yard line, inside 2-yard line, 1 yard, right down to the 1. With 3-4 in counting left to go here for first quarter. They're inside the Scott Supply red zone. Your Case IH dealer in West Highway 16 Mitchell is your family-owned 4th-generation 107-year-old Case IH dealer at Scott Supply. Scott Supply red zone. Let's give it back to them again. They will. Handoff is in end zone. Yes, it is. 2-yard touchdown plunge. Luke Borman got you there. Why don't you cap it off in a 2-yard plunge for Luke Borman. Parkston gets their first touchdown of the year. Comes here in the first quarter. 2-yard run. Luke Borman picked up the extra point for the Miller. Parkston 6-0 here with 3:20 left to play. In this first quarter. Great call. Some 2-point conversions that most 9-man teams do very early. You got an accurate kicker that would like to kick the extra points and field goal. The motion is Borman going left to right. Going to play action. Going to throw it out to the right side. Picked off. And a 2-point conversion is snuffed out. That's going to be picked off and a 2-point conversion by Carter Lenz, the senior safety, to end that 2-point conversion. 3:20 left to go here first quarter. 6-0. We're back for the kickoff in a minute. And cool now. Short kickoff taken at the 30-yard line to the 35 and upended right there. But short kickoff. And that was taken by one of the young guys from Kimberlite Lake, and that was Parker Sinclair, 6'1", 155, and a sophomore. On the way, that Parkston scoring drive, 6 plays, 55 yards, 2 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock, capped off a 2-yard touchdown run by Luke Borman. 2-point pass, no good. 3:20 left to go here in this first quarter. Parkston 6. Nothing. They can get not bad field position. 35-yard line. Something going here for the Wildcats on their 3rd offensive possession. 2 punts. High formation, wing wide right. Maybe jumping offside, but the ball there. Handoff right up the middle, putting his head down. He'll get himself at least 5 yards, maybe 6. Before 3 Trojans grab him and throw him down. That's going to be Jaden Kaler, the fullback, 5'9", 205-pound senior, and he was not coming down unless 3 Trojans saddled him up and threw him down to the ground after a 6-yard pickup. It stuck him down in 4 at the Kimberlite Lake 41-yard line. Nice scrimmage on the 5 called there for the Wildcats. Right, short side of the football field, right hash mark. High formation here for the Wildcats. Quarterback going to keep himself up the middle. That's going to be Lenz. He's going to be just shy of that first down.
Just short of the first down.
So Lenz coming up, making the stop is
on initial contact for
that's number 6 for the defense of the Trojans. Also in there,
brings up 3rd down, a long yard for the
3rd down and less than 1 to go here. Need to get right near the 45-yard line. Just at the 34. So a good yard. Third down here. Quarterback going to keep it himself. Lentz powers his way forward. Boy, that's going to be close. I don't think maybe, God, this depends. Maybe the news of the football. Let's see where the official spot it. They're going to say right away, fourth down. He just did get it maybe by nose, if not maybe half of the football. Right at the 45-yard line. First down, their first down of the ball game. Kimball White Lake moves the chains. First down 10 from their own
45-yard line.
Attack that middle portion of that defense. They try to go a couple of sweeps with quarterback pitches, but great speed defense for the Parkston Trojans to shrink out that couple of losses on that toss pitch sweep for Kimball White Lake. So try to maybe get something inside. But out wide left. Lance Bass, 5'9", 35-pound junior. Wide left. Wide formation here behind Carter Lenz. Snap count here. He's going to keep it himself. A lot of real estate on that left side. He's going to turn the corner. He'll get 5 yards to the 15-yard line. 5-yard run for Carter Lentz. Second down and 5. Got it midfield. Good looking possession here for Kimball White Lake. The third offensive position of the ball. Not a heavy ball here tonight. KWL Ethan Mitchell. 98.3 FM, also online, full98.com. Johnny Creed back to the studio. Steve Morgan, statistician extraordinaire. Chase McBriar's here. Dylan Lindenby back next week. We'll give you the rundown of what we're going to be having next week. Second down, 5 yards ago, right at the 50-yard line. We're going to pull back through this time, and that's going to be just short of the first down. And that through is Jaden Kaler, the fullback. Worked himself from about 3, maybe 4 yards, 3 yards. Third down, and a couple of yards to go. There's the in on the tackle. To Matthias.
Long two.
Long 2 to go, third down. You've got to get to the 45-yard line of Parkston. About the 37. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. End of one quarter, the opening kickoff of this high school football season of 2022 on Cool 98.3. At the end of one, Parkston 6, Kimball White Lake nothing. We're back in a minute to Kimball on Cool 98.3 and online, cool98.com. Jared, he's 29. We found out who the mysterious number 6 was for the Parkston defense. That's Jared Nesham. We had him down for 29 in the program and on the activity side. He is a 6 foot, 185-pound junior, Jared Nesham. Back to pass, going to air it out right side. The receiver's there. Didn't quite make it there in time. In fact, I don't think knocked that down or what. He's kind of died out there. The intended receiver, by the way, was number 22, Lance Bass. And that is complete. It's now 4 down. Long 2 come. Parkston 47-yard line. The ball. They're now going right to left here. Yeah, rated your dials anymore. I'm not sure. Maybe only one person is with it. Don't know what that means. That's me. Right behind me. Option play, right side, gonna put his head down, enough for the first down. 4th down and 2, they'll hop across the 45, down to the 43-yard line. That's a good pickup there by Aiden Myers, the sophomore running back. This kid's gonna be pretty good. He already has a lot of, he's just being a sophomore, 5'7", 150 for Kimball White Lake. They got a great youth program here. They competed, I'm talking 7th graders, maybe even 6th, 7th, 8th graders, and they were undefeated. They were taking on teams like Mitchell, Hinton, Huron, Brookings, and they were undefeated. So they got a good program forthcoming for the White Lake in their youth program. They all get together, plus the young group they have here already with some sophomores that didn't have lunch. First down and 10, they went for it on 4th and 2, made it. High formation, roll out. Lance comes off the left side. He had a little real estate. Boy kept running and made about maybe 5 more yards, but Lance will get to the 40 before he is dropped by the Parkston defense and Maddox Brissett. He'll get himself about 4, maybe
Ball
close to
beyond
4 yards.
39-yard line where it'll be second
Down in 6, the 39-yard line of the Parkston Trojans. Boy, I like it. Looking to try to tie this ball game up just in the second quarter here. One touchdown. That came at 3:20 left to go in that first quarter. 2-yard touchdown run by Luke Borman of Parkston. He had a good little run to get him down to that 2-yard line, and then he punched it in. One play later. High formation, Bass, right. Ooh. There's a flag jumping offside. Hogs not playing back part of the lens. That would be a free 5 yards. Encroachment, offsides. Couldn't just shy the first down by maybe a yard. Second down, 1 yard to go.
Takes the ball down to the 34-yard line.
The boys up the line of scrimmage is Jackson Christensen, the senior, 6'2", 2
Second and short.
offensive center for the Wildcats. High formation here. Here comes a fullback through, going to get enough for the fourth down. And that was just shy of the 30. Maybe the 32-yard line. He needed a couple. Got that he did for a first down. For Kimball White Lake. Good little drive here for the Wildcats. Home turf here. We're going to talk about coming up maybe here at halftime. The schedule for both these teams, but especially Kimball White Lake, I think every team on this schedule might be rated or at least mentioned in the coding of all the classes. There's a fake pitch to the right side, handoff, come back, counter left side. Great defense to stay at home. There's a quick pitch coming over to number 4, Nathan Monin. Great job coming up to make the tackle. Is number 24, Cade Turner, 6 foot, 170-pound senior. He stayed at home, made the ankle tackle for 1 yard pickup. Second down and 9 for the Kimball White Lake Wildcats. And that toss pitch is easy to kind of follow the motion because it's a misdirection play, faking to the right, coming back to the left in that counter play. Turn your stay at home and make the tackle. Second down, 9 yards to go, 9-13 to go, first half. 6-0 Parkston with the lead here in the cool 98-3 game of the week. There's a handoff, and boy, the defense is there again. Making a stop. Myers gets tripped up. Nickelbauer, Dale Leither, 5'10", 135-pound senior. That tag. No gain on the play. Third down, 9 yards to go here. Again, Parkston thinking about bending but don't break here on this drive. Kimball White Lake, that's in this down territory here. 39. All here. Out wide right, that's Nathan Monin, the wing back, sophomore. Formation. Play action pass, drifting back, going to be a screen. They're going to throw it off, and will he get enough to the first down? Going to be awfully close, and he's going to be short. But a screen off to the left side, caught by Myers out of the backfield. And they're going to be short of the first down. And it's got 4 down coming up here. For a 3rd and 9. 4. 5-yard pickup, but two pass off to the right side from Lentz. Myers. Home 4 here, 4 down territory. It's outside the shot supply red zone at the Parkston 26-yard line. Huge here. Parkston stop this 4th down play. A little different with the 1-2 compared to a long 4. Long snap count here. Barking it out as Lynn, still barking it. They want a timeout. Timeout on the field here. Will they go for it or not? I would think they would at the 26-yard line. 7:34. Let them go first half. It's Parkston 6, Give the White Lake nothing in the game of the week. Back in a minute.
Cool 98.3 and online.
Cool98.com. Doing okay back there, John? Okay. I'm okay. I'm going to sound a little different than I'm Fantastic. I'm nailing all your Parkston names for you. What is it? Oh, Coulter.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
Back here on a fourth down play, and oh boy, we'll have to wait and see on this measurement here. It was 4 down and 4, and I think, well, we just did give them didn't even measure. That was that close. I thought they were going to bring out the chains and Chuck Jones, and net for the first down. They needed 4, they got 4, maybe and a half. As a handoff to Myers off that right side, and another 4th down conversion here for the Wildcats. Might be their second, not maybe third on this drive. Keep it alive here. It's now down to the 21-yard line of Parkston, just outside the Scott Supply red zone.
High
Nation,
formation,
but out wide right. Down here. Quarterback roll out to the right side, got a nice kick out block. Lance gets and a dive. Just a hard fought, maybe 3 or 4 yard gain. Coulter Kramer coming up making the tackle and it's down to the 19-yard pickup. 3, I guess. Second down and 7. 6:50 left to go here. Well, if you're the White Lake, you want to punch this in and tie this ball game up as they're now into the Scott Supply red zone. Ace IH dealer, West Highway 16 in Mitchell. That is Scott Supply. See their selection to get the best pricing options on remaining and new Ace IH equipment. Your service means more than the sale itself. Your Ace IH dealer, West Highway 16 in Mitchell, is Scott Supply in the Scott Supply red zone. Second down, 7-yard go, back to pass Lentz. He's going to drift and throw. Oh, where's the flag on that one? And no flag. Looked like a little bit of bumping as he went up for the catch. They say good defense instead of a pass interference. Jay Turringer was right there and went up and bumped into it. The last name was Nathan Lemon. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 7. Lentz chucked it on the field. Their bread and butter is that they're running. Myers, Taylor has ran the ball in that fullback position. Lentz has taken some quarterback rules. Right, left. Here's for his first half. 6-18, that incomplete pass. And stops the clock. Right hash mark now. 3rd down 7. On the Parkston 19-yard line. Again, 4 down territory. A little disarray from the start there. There should be a flag. And maybe not. Off that right side, I think that was Myers with the third. Coming up is Esham. No gain, no flag. So 4th down now. And 7 to go. The Parkston 19-yard line. Well, White Lake is Daniel Duffenball, 6'1", 295, junior. Coming in and out. Offensive side. Hard. Junior. If you're double to the left. Shotgun formation or pistol, if you will, for Lentz. Back to pass. Gonna sling it. Gonna be caught. A nice slant. And it's gonna be a 1st down. Nathan Monin. A nice slant over the middle. He was lined up on the wide side of the field, the left side. He just slanted over the middle. Made the catch. 1st down and goal. Get it inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. That's a 10-yard pickup. Another 4th down conversion for the Wildcats and 5:18 left to go here in this first half. Knocking on the door at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal for the White Lake Wildcat offense. No break huddle here. to the left, that is Nathan Monin. By himself, I formation here. Long snap count for Lentz. Here comes a handoff to Myers, and he'll get
Myers on carry through left
brought down
line.
from behind. Coming up, making the stop. It'll be Kel Wyther, senior.
Listed on initial contact.
And make the tackle. And we'll get down to 6-yard line, 3-yard pickup. Second down and goal from the 6. The 3-yard gain. Running in the play this time for the Wildcats is Tatum Tyrell. He's both sides, but mainly offense, at least first half. 4:18 and counting. Let to go first half here. Kimball Whitelake trying to tie it up. With this possession here, they converted 3, 4 fourth down plays. There's a little lob in the end zone. He was there. Just a little bit led him too far and incomplete. Looking for the intended receiver. Looks like Blake Leiferman. Blake, the 6'5", 190-pound junior tight end. He drug across the left side of that field all the way to that back right corner. Just led him a little bit too much to Glenn's. It's 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line. Pretty looking call there for
Third goal.
Ryan Sluzak.
On the 6-yard line.
Here we go, 3rd down. Obviously, 4-down territory. You got to get 6 yards in 2 plays here to tie this ball game up. Inside trap. Gonna cut it out to the outside. Cuts back to the inside. Touchdown! Yes, for Kimball Whitelake Wildcats. And that's going to be a 6-yard run by Nathan Monin. And right now, tying things up here with the extra point forthcoming. So Nathan Monin, the wingback, comes back on that penalty, the wingback reverse, if you will. A lot of direction to the right. He came back to the left, and he cut back across the green. He scored the 6-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. 3:59 left to play. First half. Converted 4 fourth down plays. 2-point conversion. Handoff is up the middle. Did he get in? He did. 2-point conversion is good. Myers. And with 3:59 left to go first half, KWL has their first lead of the season. They lead Parkston 8-6. We're back to the kickoff in a minute on Cool 98.3. Yards, how many plays? How many times? You sure?
Gorman and Kramer back deep to receive the kickoff for the Trojans. Lenz kick for the Wildcats.
That was a 20-play drive, 60 yards, took 11 minutes, 21 seconds off the clock. 6-yard run by Nathan Monin. The 2-point run by Aiden Myers was good. 4 fourth down conversions on that drive, and Kimball Whitelake leads it 8-6 after that 2-point conversion. With 3:59 left to go here in this first half. Talk about chewing up a lot of time. I didn't realize that until Case told me it was 11:21. Here's a deep kick, taken back at about the 6-yard line. To the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, down that left sideline and pushed out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Good little return that time for the Parkston Trojans. Again, they got excellent field position on every possession. That was a return, by the way, for the Trojans, number 11, Luke Borman, with that return. And they say he went out of bounds at the 43-yard line of Parkston. So good field position after getting that from about the 6-7 yard line and returning it out to their own 43. Trailing for the first time this year, 6. Early on. Handoff to that right side. Borman trying to cut across the lane, and he will get upended after maybe a couple yard gain from the 43 to the 45 yard line. Second down. Christensen with the tackle for the Wildcats. Jackson Christensen, the 6'2", 230-pound senior linebacker. Kimball White Lake. Second down and 8. Motion again is Borman. He'll get another handoff from that right side. Strung out nicely by Kimball White Lake. Can they make the tackle? They can't. Good stiff arm by Borman. He'll get across the 50. Maybe at the 49-yard line. That'll be a good hard 4, maybe 5-yard pickup. Marking at the 49-yard line. Third down, long 2 here coming up for Parkston. Get some good real estate out there. Good job by Kimball White Lake to string it out. Making the tackle, Carter Lenz, Nathan Monin. Sophomore and the senior making the tackle. 240 and counting. In motion, right to left. Here comes a handoff. Coming left side and going to be upended. That's going to be a handoff to Coulter Kramer, the sophomore running back. But he will get enough for the first down. Maybe 2. He even got 3, just shy of the 45 at the 46-yard line. David Myers, a linebacker, the sophomore, came up, made the stick, but a yard too late for him. First down for the Parkston Trojans with 2:23 and counting left to play here. First half. Kimball White Lake 8, Parkston 6. 9AA high school football. The kickoff the season. Play action pass. Rolling to the right. There's going to be a flag on the play and out of bounds. I thought maybe a horse collar would come in, but wait a minute, going to stop the clock. The flag on the play. Running out with the play was number 10, Caleb Weber. Holding call on the Parkston Trojans at the line of scrimmage. Coach Sluzak says leave him back. 10 left to play here. Would have been maybe a 3-4 yard pickup. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. It all happened. All the way back to their own 44-yard line. We need to get out, get down to the 36, 37-yard line of Kimball White Lake. We got a long way to go. First down and a long 20 here with 2:10 left to go first half. Parkston with the football. Borman in motion. Look at the trap coming in the inside. Gets a nice couple of blocks and then Lentz. They took that coming up making the stick. I'm awfully slow by the way, but making the stick at number 4. Nathan Monin. After he hit on Coulter Kramer, the sophomore, he gets up a little gingerly. Get a little bit of that back. About 7 yards back on that play. Second down and 13 for Parkston. Across midfield at the 49 of Kimball White Lake. Play action pass. They're going to throw it and going to be knocked away. Beautiful defense. Knocking it out of the hands of the Trojans. Looked like the tight end Jodozi was the intended target, and then Myers knocked it out of the hands of Jodozi, the tight end. Incomplete. Third down and 13 with 90 seconds left to go here in the first half on a timeout by Coach Matt Grave in the Parkston Trojans. 1:30 left to play here in the first half. Kimball White Lake 8, Parkston 6, and our cool 98. The game of the week. We're back in 1 minute. It is, literally. Skip the liner, John.
for the Trojans.
Roll the crowd. Jackson Christensen with a big sack on Caleb Weber all the way back to the 41-yard line at Parkston. And it's 4th down and a mile. This time a timeout by the Wildcats. Jackson Christensen pretty much unabated by the quarterback, and Caleb Weber is running for his life. And it's going to be all the way back to the 41. It's 4th down and 21 to go with 1:17 left to go first half. Now, obviously, a bad timeout by Kimball White Lake to try to preserve the time on the clock and get this ball back. Make sure you're listening coming up for the Culligan Water Break halftime show. We'll try to get you stats, scoring, highlights, some other scores as well, and more. Culligan Water in Mitchell, hydrating our athletes, families, and co-workers for 85 years. Culligan Water, 211 South Burr Street in Mitchell. Hey, Culligan person, the Culligan Water Break halftime show coming up. A little bit fire now for the Wildcats after scoring the touchdown and the 2-point conversion and take the lead. And Kimball White Lake not mentioned in the poll at all. Parkston just missed the top 5 by a couple of points. Be in the top 5 in 9AA football. We're down. Long ways to go. Back to punt. The Trojans. Jesse Newton, 5'11", 175-pound senior. That's a great punt. High, spiraling, going to be caught at the 30, 35. How about 4 down? Oh, out of bounds. Maybe a little hit. No, but he wanted it. Did Coach Sluzak. He says, look how far he got hit out of bounds. And they had no flag. And a nice little return by the Kimball White Lake Wildcats. And that was Nathan Monin driven out of bounds. With 1:13 left to play here. I'm going to say at the 40, where is it, 41 yard line, their own 41 yard line. Go, got 2 timeouts to go. Check that, 1 timeout to go. They used one there to save some time. They already called one on a 4th down play. That massive 3 yards and a cloud of dust drive, 20 plays and 60 yards. On the board and the lead. The doubles to the right. Bass way outside along with Monin. Shotgun formation here. Myers in the backfield. Back to pass. Scrambling now for his life. Stops. Now a hitch. Go. And he's going to be brought down for a sack. Tripped up. Or it looks like number 5 coming up making a tackle. They'll give a credit in to the sack, by the way. Will be Porter Negabauer. 5'8", 175-pound senior. You don't see many defensive linemen number 5. That's what Porter Negabauer is. 50 seconds left. Doubles now to the left with Bass and Monin. Same setup, just flip-flop, right? Hashtag. Back to pass, going to be caught by Monin. He's at the 50-yard line, and he'll be dropped there near the first down marker with 35 seconds left. No timeout or yes timeout? Yes timeout by Coach Sluzak. That is their final timeout. 31 seconds left to go first half. Kimball White Lake 8. Parkston 6. Nearing halftime here. A short one. We are back. Let's see. Yes, we are back in 30. Right here on Cool 98.
35 on the clock. 35. They're working on it.
Back in Kimball, McLeod sprinting. Game of the week, Kimball White Lake leading Parkston 8-6. Half here so far. We've seen some defensive stops and plays. We've seen some offensive drives. Here's a 3rd down play, just enough to get a first down. Quarterback keeper by Carter Lenz. to get them up to line of scrimmage. They would stop the clock momentarily just to reset the clock. Hang on, the ball isn't even set yet. So they got to get up the clock stop in the first down. Once they get the chain set, then they'll start the clock. First down, 33 seconds left to go here in this first half. Just got enough for the first down. Now they got 4 shots, if you will, at the Parkston 47. Now he'll spike it. 27 seconds left. Just soon run a play there, but not. So now it's second down and 10. Parkston 47-yard line. Didn't call the timeout. They spiked the football. Don't like the timeout. Want to play out and going here. Second down and 10. To the right, pass and Monin. In the backfield is Myers. Shotgun, pistol formations, Carter Lentz. Back to pass. Gonna throw it down the middle of the football field. Gonna be incomplete. Well, just again, the crowd stood up. It was one of those hesitation plays where you kind of looked and just overshot him by about a yard or two, looking for Monin. Incomplete pass. Not bad. You make that catch there. Clock stops. You hurry up, get down there about the 10-yard line.
Bring up third down.
He is throwing with the wind, by the way. Left here. Field sits on an east-west location. Sun setting in the west. The back of the offense here. So third down, 10 yards to go, 21 seconds left to go first half. Kimball White Lake 8, Parkton 6, and end of the first half here. To the right again. And it's marking out the signal here, going to keep it himself. He will not get the first down, and that just may take us to the end of this first half as Lentz takes that for about 4, maybe 5 yards on that with 9 seconds left, and that more than likely looks that's going to be it here for the end of the first half. Entertaining first half here to open up this high school football season on Cool 98.3. Hope you're enjoying it. Kimball White Lake leading Parkston in Kimball at half. The Wildcats 8, the Trojans 6. We'll come back to the Trojan Water Break halftime show. We're back in a couple of minutes on Cool 98.3 and online, cool98.com.
play, 60-yard drive. It was capped off on a 6-yard touchdown run by Nathan Monin. It took 11:21 off the clock from the first quarter to the second quarter. The 2-point run by Aiden Myers was good. 4 fourth down conversions on that drive. And with that extra point, 2-point conversion good, Kimball White Lake led 8-6. That's where they lead it here at halftime. 8-6. Kimball White Lake over Parkston, our cool 98-3 game of the week here in Kimball tonight. Let's take a look at some individual stats. First of all, for the Wildcats with the lead, Carter Lentz is 3 of 8 passing for 25 yards. Rushing category, leading the way there is Aiden Myers, 7 attempts, 18 yards. Carter Lentz, the quarterback, 11 attempts for 17 yards. Jaden Kaler, 3 for 11 yards, and Nathan Monin, 3 carries for 8 yards, and of course that touchdown in the ball game as well. Receiving, Nathan Monin, 2 receptions for 20 yards. Aiden Myers has 1 reception for 5 yards. Lance Bass and Blake Leckerman also were out there running some patterns as well in that first half. For Parkston, looking at their offensive categories, Caleb Weber, the quarterback, 0 for 3, has not completed a pass yet in this first half. Rushing, Luke Borman, 5 attempts, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Colton Kramer, 4 carries, 31 yards. Braden Jervik, which I thought would get a little bit more attention, a little more carries in that first half. Just 2 for 13 yards, and Caleb Weber, 2 for -3. Receiving, well, Maddox Brissett, Will Javosi running some routes out there. He catches obviously 0 for 3 for Caleb Weber in that first half. Team stats, we can take a look at those here in a minute. Looking at that, total offense, is that number of plays? There we go. 32 for the Wildcats, 16, by the way, for Parks, and that came from that 20-play drive that hogged up a lot of the time, by the way. Passing, again, we told you 3 of 8 for Kimball White Lake, 0 for 3 for Parkston in that first half. Rushing team total, let's see, is that total yards there? 78 yards for Parkston, 54 rushing yards for Kimball White Lake. Receiving, 25 for Kimball White Lake, 0 obviously for Parkston in that first half. Penalties, don't think not a one's been called on Kimball White Lake, right? 3 for 25 yards for Parkston in this first half. It has been a fumble and interception-free ball game for both teams in this first half. And I guess we'll look at time of possession if that's accurate or not. Probably not. So, is that not accurate? Probably not. No, it's not. All right, so there we go. Sacks in the ball game. Each team has 1 sack here in the ball game. Want to look at first down? 7 for Kimball White Lake, 5 for Parkston in this first half. Again, your halftime score: 8-6. Kimball White Lake leading Parkston here at the half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll take a look at your Wild Oak Great Life Fitness scoreboard update. Coming up next after this 1-minute timeout, live from Kimball on Cool 98.3. Back here in Kimball, let's take a look at your Great Life Fitness, Wild Oak Great Life Fitness scoreboard update here. Some games going on in 9AA football from our area. Let's take a look at it here. Of course, the big one that people are talking about, Howard leading Hanson. Number 1 Howard leads Hanson 20-6. That is at the half, by the way. Freeman Academy leading Burke 8-6 in 9AA football here tonight as well. 9A football, take a look at some of the games going on. in our area. Canastota leading Irene Wakanda 36-0. That is at halftime there. Also, let's see, DeSmit leading Castlewood 14-8 from our area in 9A football. 9B football tonight. Del Rapids St. Mary leading Waverly South Shore 38-0 late in the first half. Avon leads Cologne 14-6 late in the first half. Let's see what else. Lyman leading Jones County 14-0 as well. And that's going on in 9B football. And 11B football. Bridgewater Emory Ethan leads Baltic. That's late in the first half, 28-0. Mount Vernon Plankinton leading Woonsocket Wesleyan Springs, Sanborn Central 22-0. That is at the half as well. Sioux Valley leads Jim River in Volga 13-7. Wagner leads Miller Highmore Herald 14-0. Winner, they're leading Tri-Valley 26-6. By the way, that's in the second quarter there. McCook Central Montrose leads Flandreau in Flandreau 6-0. That is at the half. Tomorrow, don't forget, Hill City will be in Lake Andes. They'll take on Trip Delmont Armor, Andes Central, Dakota Christian. That game is at 3 o'clock tomorrow in 11B football. So that is your Wild Oak Great Life Fitness scoreboard update here. McCulligan Water Break halftime show. Again, your halftime score here. Kimball White Lake leads Parkston at the break 8-6. We'll take a timeout. We're back with more of your halftime show and the start of the second half next on Cool 98.3 and online at cool98.com. Give me 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Two minutes, sir. Yep. Hogging the phone. Way too fast. Welcome back here, Culligan Water Break halftime show here on Cool 98.3 KUQL. Ethan Mitchell. There's Culligan Water Break halftime show to give you the stats, the scoring, highlight scores. Culligan Water and Mitchell, hydrating our athletes, families, and co-workers for 85 years. Culligan Water, 211 South Burr in Mitchell. I want to take a look at both of these teams' schedules coming up. First of all, for Parkston, they're going to be at home in their home opener against number 2 in 9AA Platte Geddes coming up next week. Then it doesn't get any easier. They'll host number 4 in Class 9A, Woolsey Wessington, and then they'll travel to Alexandria. We'll have that for you as well on September 9th in Alexandria in Hanson's home opener of their brand new field, their turf field, new press box. We'll have that for you. That's number 4 in 9AA Hanson hosting Parkston. We'll have that for you here on Cool 98 on September 9th. How about Kimball White Lake? They'll be at Bonham down in Tyndall next week, Friday. Then, how about a little trip to Howard coming up on September the 2nd, and then host Platte Geddes on September 9th. It doesn't get any easier after that. How about home against Gregory, at Del Rapids St. Mary, home against Wall. They finally finish up with Bennett County, probably a team that's not rated. They'll be on the road there for Bennett County at Warrior Field to end the season. So brutal schedule for Parkston, but even more brutal for Kimball White Lake here this season. But you know what? You play those tough games, you play the stiff competition, makes you better just in case you get to that playoffs and you need that extra little boost maybe to get that playoff win. Well, playing a tough schedule will get you to that point. 9AA, if you missed it, tie, or I should say number 1 is Howard, and right now they are quote unquote rolling Hanson at halftime. So Howard number 1 in 9AA. Tie for second is Wall and Platte Geddes. Hanson is 4th. Hamlin is 5th. Parkston received votes just 2 points shy of the top 5. And then it's Bonham, Ipswich, and Florence Henry in 9AA football in the preseason poll that came out earlier this week. Here at halftime, it is Kimball White Lake 8 and Parkston 6. And we're at halftime here on Cool 98.3 and online at cool98.com. Be listening for the Sun Gold Sports Player of the Game in the Farm Bureau Financial Services Rocky Newhouse post-game show of tonight's game. The winner will receive an awesome-looking T-shirt from Sun Gold Sports on East K Avenue in Mitchell. Sun Gold Sports, we print T-shirts, now also located in Huron. That's Sun Gold Sports. Also, we mentioned be listening to that Farm Bureau Financial Services Rocky Newhouse post-game show. That'll be coming up with Farm Bureau Financial Services, Rocky Newhouse in Corsica and Mitchell. We'll try to sneak in one more final break. We're back with the opening or the second half kickoff for you coming up next. All right here from Kimball on Cool 98.3. To go off. Give me just a 30 here, just a 30 with the liner. Was it off?
Oh. Well, they were up off or they were just making
We're ready to start the second half here. We'll start the second half with Wildcats will be kicking off on the Trojan. Taylor Portland, that deep receiver for Trojan.
What's the answer? You went to the bathroom?
well, yeah, because it wasn't working when I was over there.
Well, we talked about all the other schedules of games for both Kimball White Lake and Parkston. What about next week here on Cool 98? The McLeod's printing game of the week next week. We'll be in Scotland. Jim River hosting Sanborn Central, Woonsocket, Wessenden Springs. They'll be at Jim River in Scotland coming your way next week, Friday, on Cool 98.3 and McLeod's printing game of the week. Kimball White Lake with that 8-6 lead as we start the second half here. And they'll be kicking off left to right with Kimball White Lake. They got the football to start things out in this ball game. And now they'll kick it off here. End over end. Boxed at the 20, picked up 25, 30, 35, 40, and down to the 41-yard line. Good return by Mr. Mormon. Luke Mormon with a nice return for Parkston. They're going right to left on your radio dial here. We have it first down to 10. They're going to say he went down at the 40-yard line just in the second half. Parkston with Caleb Weber, Braden Jervik, Walter Kramer, Luke Borman, tight end Maddox Brissett, Will Jagosi, and up front Riley Cook, Preston Matthias, and Porter Negebauer. The Parkston Trojans in that tight format, wing T formation here. In motion, Borman goes from right to left, now cuts back. Here's a handoff to Braden Jervik. He'll put his head down, still going. He'll get across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Good 7-yard pickup for Jervik, just his third carry, by the way, of the night. I thought he'd have at least close to double digits in that first half. He should be their workhorse, the junior running back, 5'7", 200-pound junior. They got a whole stable. Jervik, Kramer, Borman, Caleb Weber can run the football as well. Down in 3, just into the second half here. Knocking on the door in midfield. In motion, left to right is Borman. Hand off again, back to Jervik he goes. He's going to get right at the 50-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say, yes, give him the first down. He needed 3. He got 3 right at the 50-yard line. Tatum Tyrell, 5'9", 220-pound junior, made the tackle, by the way, for the Wildcat defense. First down and 10, right at midfield at the 50-yard line. For the Parkston Trojans, they trail Kimball White Lake 8-6 here, early third quarter. Here comes a handoff, come left side. Coulter Kramer can't find anywhere to go, and boy, he is sandwiched and hammered, and down he goes. Good job coming up, making the tackle for Kimball White Lake is Lucas Lenz. Makes the initial stop, and then coming up with Nathan Money to finish him off. No gain to play. Second down and 10, right at the 50-yard line for Parkston. Is that Borman with the carry? Kramer with the carry. T formation here in motion. Belly and back is Borman. Play action. Gonna step up in the pocket. Gonna throw it. Gonna be caught. Wide open to the 40, 35, 30. Down the sideline. Now he cuts back to the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. A great pitch and catch. They toss it out to Coulter Kramer in the flat, and he just ran down that sideline, then cut back and got a big chunk of yardage down to the 15-yard line. That is going to be a 35-yard pickup from the 50 down to the 15-yard lines. And that is, I do believe, the first reception of the ball game for Parkston. So Weber finally hits a receiver after his 4th attempt. Now they're moving inside the Scott Supplier red zone. Your Case IH dealer. Here comes the quarterback, going to keep it himself, and he will tuck it, and he'll be just shy of the 10, maybe at the 11 for a 4-yard pickup. Scott Supplier red zone, sponsored by your Case IH dealer in West Highway 16 in Mitchell. Your family-owned, 4th-generation, 107-year-old Case IH dealer. Give you the best selection and get the best pricing on remaining and new Case IH equipment. Scott Supply, West Highway 16 in Mitchell. Scott Supply red zone. Second down, 6 after a 4-yard pickup just outside the 10 at the 11. Here comes an inside trap. Boy, he's going to hop. He's going to skip. He's going to jump as there's a couple of guys hanging on his leg. Braden Jervett. Going to carry a couple of guys inside the 10 down to maybe the 4, maybe 3-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 3. First down and goal here for Parkston on a great looking drive to start this second half. First down and goal. They're going to mark it just inside the 4. Long snap count. Jervik again. He's going to try to get to that goal line, and he is going to be just short down to the 1. So a 3-yard pickup from the 4 down to the 1. He's second and goal at the 1-yard line. Well, when they scored their first touchdown, Luke Borman got him down there. They gave it to him to punch it in. Now, to me, it feels like Jervik got you down here. A little help, too, in that long 15-yard pass completion to get you down there as well. We'll give it back to Jervik. Punch it in. Here's Jervik from 1 yard out. Is he in? And he is in. 1-yard touchdown plunge for Jervik. That gets Parkston lead back here early, third quarter. 1-yard run for Braden Jervik. Now 2-point conversion coming up here for the Parkston Trojans. They lead it 12-8. Very important here. Put you up by 6 instead of just holding at 4. Inside again, bobbles it. Boy, he didn't get through, I think, because he was too busy trying to concentrate on hanging on to the football. He bobbled it with Coulter Kramer, and the 2-point conversion is no good. 8:22 left to go here in this third quarter. Parkston gets the lead back. They lead Kimball White Lake 12-8. We're back with the kickoff in a minute on Cool 98.3. Okay. 5 plays, 60 yards. 9. Go from 12. 19, 11, yeah, that's the 338. Perfect. We'll go back here with a nice opening drive of the second half here for Parkston. Now they're going to kick it off, take it short, open off the fingertips and bouncing around. That's a live football, and finally Kimberly does pick it up. And that's going to be at the 25-yard line. That Parkston drive was 9 plays, 60 yards, 3:38 off the clock. Capped off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Braden Jervik. The 2-point conversion, no good. 8:22 left to go here, third quarter. Parkston gets that lead back, 12-8. We're early third quarter. First possession here of the second half for the Wildcats. They had that 20-play, 60-yard drive, took 11:21 off the clock. Back from the first into the second quarter. Different look here. Roll it out, right side is Lentz. He's looking, look up, Bob, pressure from behind, and a sack from behind for the Parkston Trojans. Cale Reither, 5'10", 175-pound senior from that backside. He was in hot pursuit and brought down Carter Lentz from behind for another sack for the Trojan defense. That was a 7-yard loss in that sack. Second down and 17 inside the 20, back to the 18-yard line. Their own 18-yard line for Kimball White Lake. That was a big, big sack for Cale Reither. Up to line of scrimmage here. Right left. Like over there is Lance Bass. Sync for NSYNC. He's playing football here now. High formation, gonna hand off. Oh boy, a little bit of defense. Kind of cranked it up just a notch here for Parkston. They're shooting the gap, so this time upending Myers. And Porter Negebauer shot through it and upended. Maybe, no gain, maybe a yard on that if we're lucky. Third down and forever. And we call third down and 16 here. From their own 19-yard line for Kimball White Lake. Parkston defense maybe making some adjustments here at halftime. A couple of plays there, they look like their pants are on fire. Formation here, maybe a passing situation for Carter Lentz. Nobody split out. The toss hits, gonna be a pass. Still gotta throw it, and it's gonna be tipped around, incomplete. Looking for Monin. That was tipped along the sideline by Coulter Craven. And Gorman's over there as well. It's fourth down. They tossed it. Looked like a sweep. Stopping, planting, one to throw was Monin. He threw it a little too high, incomplete. Now coming off is Myers, a little hobbly on that left foot. They don't need him out on game 1 of the season, or any game of the season. Biden Myers. Fourth down, 16. Their own 19. Dangerous situation here. He will get it away, no pressure. He'll kick it away, takes a Parkston hop. It will be on Kimball White Lake side of the football field at the Kimball White Lake 41-yard line. Well, if you're Kimball White Lake, I don't say you want to stay in the ball game, but if you want to get that momentum back, you need to make a stop here. Great field position here for Parkston. They lead it 12-8. 6:32 left to go here in this third quarter. And the Wildcat defense. Defensive tackles, Tyrell, Purcell, Lentz, Leiferman, and defensive ends, your linebackers. Well, it was Myers, but I'm not sure if he's in there or not. He was banged up. Now they're a little late getting somebody in there. Coming in at the last minute, looks like was Ashton Video. Because Myers, I don't think, can go. Here comes play action. Boy, misdirection, fooled everybody. That's a big chunk on first down, not bad at all, from the 42 officially of Kimball White Lake down to the 35, 7-yard pickup in that first down play by Jaron Nesham. And this team is number 6?
Yes.
Okay. So second down and 4 yards to go, 6:06 left to play. Third quarter here. Parkston with a nice drive, 9 plays, 60 yards in their first possession. They got a short field to work with here. Here's a handoff again, Nesham, and he's going to get brought down. He's going to be shy, maybe a yard shy of that first down. And he will get a couple yards out of it. That's third down and 1 here for Parkston. So a couple yard pickup for Nesham. I don't think he had a carry in that first half. He played defense for Parks in that first half. Now getting a few carries here in this second half. Coach Matt Grave. I'll get a moment. I gotta tell you about a funny story about Ryan Sklusak's son at Dakota Fest. Here's just a quarterback gonna keep it himself, and Weber is gonna go right up the middle, and I'll get down to the 31-yard line. So 2-3-yard pickup there by Wentz, or by Weber rather. I'm out Dakota Fest for 3 days this week, and you see this kid, Kimball White Lake shirt, Sklusak on the back. And him and another guy, and I'll get their names here in a minute, but they were hauling 3 pails full of free stuff from booths. And they made a haul, these 2 7th graders. Here's a handoff to Jervik this time. He cuts back against the grain. He's a hard-nosed runner, is Jervik, the junior running back. And it'll be second down and maybe about 5 to go. 4-yard pickup actually, yeah, so 4-yard pickup for Jervik, second down and 6 coming up. Get him here in a minute. I wrote it down. But they brought home T-shirts and koozies and coffee mugs and flice waters and you name it, they had it. Play action pass, roll to the right side, wide open, Jadozi! Down to the 1, is he in? No, he's down at the 1-yard line. 25-yard pickup, pass completed to Will Jadozi, the tight end, 6'2", 215. Went up, grabbed it with the left hand, hauled it in, was brought down as he was trying to reach for the goal line. 25-yard pickup down to the 1. They didn't complete a pass in the first half. They've completed 2 here in this third quarter alone. And they're knocking on the door inside the Scott Supplier red zone. For the Parkston Trojans, they lead at 12-8. Is the end? It should be. No indication yet. Yes, it is now. And that's going to be a touchdown by Caleb Weber from 1 yard out. And Parkston, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns here in this third quarter. 1 yard run by Caleb Weber, now a 2-point conversion coming up. They lead at 18-8 right now, this Parkston, with 2 scores. Again, short field to work with, if you remember, on that punt. It was very short. For Kimball White Lake. Comes 2-point conversion. Gonna hand it off. Can they get their first 2-point conversion in the ball game? Yes, they can. That's Coulter Kramer with a 2-point conversion run on that right side by Coulter. And with 4 minutes left to go here in this third quarter, it is Parkston now 20, Kimball White Lake 8. With 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter, we're back in a minute on Cool 98.3. Waiting for you.
Irons pulling back in to receive kickoff from the Wildcats. KWL kicks to the Trojans.
That was a 6-play, 42-yard drive, 2:32 off the clock, 1-yard touchdown run by Caleb Weber, 2-point run by Coulter Kramer. 4 minutes left to go, third quarter. It's 20-8. All of a sudden, Parkston with 2 touchdowns. Here's a short kick on the run, up the middle, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. 20-8. Back to that Dakota Fest story. I got the names here. I think. Is it Joseph Sklusak, the coach's son, and can't remember what the Kanishni's kid's name is. You know the 7th grade Kanishni kid name? No? Two guys next to me don't know. Carter, thank you very much. They're at Dakota Fest, and they hauled in hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of free stuff at Dakota Fest. Coach Kluzak sent me a picture of it. I'm like, oh my goodness, they did make a haul at Dakota Fest. They worked their tails off going to the booth there the last 3 days at Dakota Fest. There's a handoff and nowhere to go. This Trojan defense, Porter Negemauer with another stop behind the line of scrimmage. And I'm not sure how much more he can go. He's really limping on that left leg is Aiden Myers, and he's out there. We'll see. But he's still out there. He's kind of limping on that left leg. The second down and 11. From their own 39-yard line for Kimball White Lake. This defense had made some adjustments for Parkston at halftime. Not that they were getting run over, but anytime you give a 20-play, 60-yard drive, yeah, it's 3 yards at a crack, but that was 20 plays that you're on the field for your defense. They've made some adjustments really since then. Back to pass. Looking, Lance down the field. He's going to air it out. It's going to be short, and it was so short, the defense outran the pass. If they would have turned around and came back for it, maybe been an INT. Lance Bass was the intended receiver, but Coulter Kramer was there. He turned around, but it was about 4 yards short of Kramer. Fell incomplete. It's third down and 11. 3:04 left to go, third quarter. Got a lot of ball game left here. Parkston 20, Kimball White Lake 8. 2 third quarter touchdowns here for the Trojans. Cool 98.3 game of the week. 98.3 FM and online at cool98.com. I formation, Bass, wide left. Center of the football field, toss pitch, left side. Defense is there again for another loss. Coming up that time again, Cale Reither. He has been there on several tackles for losses. And it's 4th down and 15 yards to go. They need to get out to the 50. They're back at their own 35, 36-yard line. Going backwards, and it's going to be a 4th down punting situation here coming up for Kimball White Lake. And back to punt is Jackson Christensen. We'll be back to punt. Coulter Kramer standing at his own 40 for the punt. They were angling it away last time. They're going to angle it away again. And I think you might be just better off just kicking straight to him, because that's off the side of the foot. And we'll see where they're going to mark it out of bounds. It'll be right at the 50-yard line. Again, excellent field position for the Parkston Trojans. Again, going right to left. Still 2:16 with the win, right to left. On the clock here in this third quarter. They lead at 20-8. They trailed it 8-6 at halftime. So far, 2 third quarter touchdowns and 102 yards on those 2 drives combined in just 15 plays for Parkston to put up 2 touchdowns. They'll break the huddle. Wing T formation here. Jervik in the backfield under center is Weber. Here comes Jervik. Good blockers up front. He'll bounce out off the 45-yard line to the 40, still on his feet, and he'll twist and turn. They can't bring him down. Inside the 30, down to the 20-yard line. 30-yard line for Jervik. That's more like it for Braden Jervik. Only a couple of carries in that first half. And with 2:02 left to go, we have a timeout on the field by the Kimball White Lake Wildcats. Well, the game's about ready to slip away from them here, or get away from them here for Kimball White Lake. They need a defensive stop. 1st down and 10 at the 21-yard line. As they're just outside the Scott Supply red zone are the Parkston Trojans. They lead it 20-8. We're back in 30 to Kimball on Cool 98.3 and online, cool98.com. Let me know when we get all the spots played. Cool. Thank you. Some party? Yes.
That's nice. We should ask.
Well, that's a hard-nosed running of Braden Jervik, the junior running back, 5'7", 200 pounds. And he's been the featured back here, by the way, in this second half of Parkston, to say the least. Play action again. Going to be handed off to Jervik. He'll get near the 10-yard line, and then get about 11-yard line. Monen's going to upend Jervik. Going to be a short of the first down by a couple of yards. An 8-yard pickup there for Jervik. Second down and 2. The Scott Supply red zone. Put your swing on by and check out the best pricing options on remaining and new Case IH equipment like Maxim, Puma, AFS Connect Magnum, and Steiger tractors. You can count on Scott Supply, your Case IH dealer. We're going to try a different running back this time. That's Kramer. He'll come off the left end. It'll be enough of the first down. Lenz Myers getting off the pile, making the tackle for the Wildcats. Also Lance Bass getting his nose dirty. First down and goal at the 8-yard line for Parkston. Nearing the end of the third quarter here, it's been all Parkston this third quarter. It's been really all east side of the football field, if you will, with Parkston's offense and then Kimball White Lake being stalled out on their side of the football field, which is the east side of the ball, or east side of the field. There's a handoff on a first down and goal, and Jervik going nowhere. Maybe a no gain, maybe a yard at that at best. I'm gonna say no gain that play. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line.
No gain on the play.
Deafened ball. Standing up. Jervik making the stop.
Goal.
Goal. Final 35 seconds of this third quarter here in Kimball. KWL, Ethan Mitchell. Mitchell Radio Group Station. Glad to have you aboard here on the Clouds Printing Game of the Week. Back to pass, gonna air it out again, and he had his fingers on it at the goal line. And I think he was concentrating on keeping his feet in the ground or in bounds. And it was incomplete, looking for Maddox Brissett, 6 foot, 185 pound junior tight end. And it's incomplete. And now it's third down and goal from the 8. Actually, 4 down territory here. You got a couple of shots to get 8 yards for a touchdown if you're Parkston.
Third goal.
Wide right. Borman, wide left. Kramer. Now in motion. Here comes end around. Nope, going to keep it himself is Weber. And he is going to get stopped at the 5-yard line. And Weber will get a 3-yard pickup. Now, Coach Grave has a little something to discuss here as we head to the fourth quarter. Parkston faces a 4th and goal from the 5 as we start the fourth quarter after 1 minute. Again, end of the third quarter. Parkston with 2 third quarter touchdowns. They have come back. They now lead Kimball White Lake 20-8. End of the third quarter. We're back at the fourth quarter in a minute on Cool 98.3 and online, cool98.com. Why do we even mold this side?
I knew right away when I saw him.
Ready to start the fourth quarter here.
Well, we start the fourth quarter here. It's 20-8 Parkston. They've had a 1-yard run by Braden Jervik, 1-yard run by Caleb Weber, 1 2-point conversion to have them lead now 20-8 after trailing 8-6 at halftime. Fourth down and goal. Be a big stop here if you're Kimball White Lake. Gonna be hand up to Jervik. Can he fight for the goal line? I don't think he made it. Big stop for the Kimball White Lake defense. It was first and goal from the 8-yard line. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. We got our first, I don't know if it's an injury or more than a cramp, the way it looks like down in the field. But great stop by Kimball White Lake. Their defense was back against the goal line. First down goal from the 8 for Parkston. And a turnover on downs for Parkston. Missed opportunity there. Only bad thing out of that is now you have to have it from your own 1-yard line. Just into the fourth quarter here. If you're Kimball White Lake, you haven't got much going on in the second half yet offensively. Maybe that defensive spark there. This would be a 99-yard drive. It's at their own 1-yard line. They got to worry about shooting the gaps and getting a safety here. We'll get a little bit of daylight out of here. Handoff up the middle. It looks like 28, Jaden Kaler, the fullback. Caller, I guess. Sorry. Kaler, okay. But he said caller at the PA. You think he would know. So Kaler gets 3 on the play. Second down and 7 to go here. You try to get out of your own shadows of your own end zone here. But this here you can't do a 20-play drive and take 11 minutes off the clock, because you do that, you lose the game by 1 score. Maybe a little more quicker on the play. But look at that stretch out, that defense there. Great job to string it out. Hanging on to the football was Myers, who's getting up still. It looks like we might be okay, but great job by the Parkston defense to string that out for, let's see, maybe no game to play. Still at the 5-yard line. Third down, 6 yards to go. From their own 5-yard line. Both these teams have a crazy, hard schedule. There's not an easy team on either one of these guys' schedule the rest of the way. Going to be a quarterback keeper. Lentz going to roll that right side. He's not going to get a first down. He'll get to the 10. He'll get 4 yards, but he's going to need about 6. It'll be 4th down and a couple yards to go here. A long 2, maybe even close to 3. You get to the 10, no, you get to the 9-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 3. 10 minutes left. You got to punt this football away. But you got to make sure it's a good punt. Hopefully your defense makes a quick stop. And line up with a punt. And Christensen with the snap. There's a punt. This one's going to be angled away again and bounce at the 40 of Kimball White Lake and out of bounds. Let's see where they officially mark it. Is going to be at the 45-yard line of Kimball White Lake. So again, excellent field position for the Parkston Trojans. They've had great field position in every possession. They scored on 2 of 3 so far. The other one was turnover and downs at the 1-yard line. Parkston will get up to the line of scrimmage. From the Kimball White Lake 45-yard line. Now if you're Parkston, you want to run some clock. And obviously get the final score on the board with 9:40 left in this ball game. You're up by 2 scores. Here's a reverse, come to the right side. Kimball White Lake stayed at home, but a missed tackle to the 40, to the 35, 30, and out of bounds. On the reverse to Luke Boyman. Made a couple of guys miss and look silly, and it's enough for the first down and then some. Down to the 22-yard line. There'll be a run by Borman for 22 yards. The official marker at the 22-yard line. And he goes out of bounds, stopping the clock at 9:29 left to go in this fourth quarter. The Parkston led it early, 6-0. Kimball White Lake came back, led it 8-6 at halftime. all second half, all Parks and Jervik gets stopped in the line of scrimmage and he'll fight to the 20 with a couple of yard pickup for Jervik. Matt Graves, his 4th year as the head coach. Of course, I called Parkson games when John Mitchell was coach back in the day. There's been a few other coaches since then. Eric Norton been with the program for a lot of years. He's on the sidelines this year. We talked about that in the pregame show with Coach Grady about kind of a missing piece for the last 24 years in the Trojan sideline. Comes a play action. I'm surprised they're going to pass it, but he's open. Down to the 5-yard line in the end zone. Touchdown, yes. Well, when you're that wide open, 21-yard touchdown completion from Weber. To find who? Jesse Newton for the touchdown. His first catch of the night. And he was wide open, almost untouched. That may have signed, sealed, and delivered the ball game for Parkston. 20 straight points here in the second half. Just a couple of plays, I think. Here comes the 2-point conversion. And the handoff coming that right side and dancing in the end zone. Yes, for the 2-point conversion. Jesse Newton again, and he caught it and ran it in for the 2-point conversion. 8:46 left to play in this ball game. Parkston 28, Kimball White Lake 8. We're back with the kickoff in a minute on Cool 98.3. Two plays. 40, 45. Two plays. Okay. He plays 45 yards on each side.
Back deep to receive the Wildcats. And guard kick for the Trojans.
Big kickoff by Bryce Negebauer and dance around and get out to the 30-yard line for Monin. Nathan Monin, good return there with 8:40 left to play. That was a 3-play, 45-yard drive. Took 54 seconds off the clock, 8:46 left to play in this ballgame after a 21-yard completion from Caleb Weber to Jesse Newton, right, for 21 yards. The 2-point run by Newton was good. With 8:46 left, it's 28-8. Parkston with the lead. They've mixed it up with some runs, some pass. They've really made the adjustment to Parkston here at halftime into the second half, offensively and defensively. 4-man front, pump fake and air down the middle of the football field, but overshoots his receiver, and the first turnover of the ball game. Interception by Luke Borman. He's going to run it back to the 50, to the 40, still on his feet, to the 30, down the sideline, cuts back, and he's going to go all the way. No! Did he get there? Touchdown? I'm not sure. Is it a touchdown or? Yes, it is a touchdown by Luke Borman. 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. Or did he step out of bounds? Wait a minute. There's a flag back at the 10. Oh, man. Blocking the back and the return at the 10-yard line to nullify that 60-yard interception. It still will be an interception by Luke Borman. And we'll see what the play call or what the penalty is here. There will be a block in the back on Parkston. Oh boy, that was a great run. First of all, overshot his receiver. He just kind of played center field, did Luke Borman, the 5'9" junior. And he intercepted it on the right side, the near side of the football field. Ran it all the way across on the far side of the field, down the sideline, cut back. When he cut back at the 10, that's where that illegal block came in. But they still have great field position here from the Kimball White Lake 22-yard line. Here comes a handoff again, big hold up the middle. I think it was wearing down his Wildcat defense. There's a handoff for the Trojans. That's Newton again. Now he's starting to get into the act here. He was non-existent in that first half, and in the second half, he's gotten a touch and running the ball and catching the ball. And we are in the Scott Supply Red Zone, your Case IH dealer inside the 20-yard line, sponsored by our good friends at Scott Supply. All is getting upon us, fall harvest. Make sure you stop in for the latest deals on remaining and new Case IH equipment. Case IH dealer, Scott Supply Red Zone, West Highway 16 in Mitchell. Service means more than the sale itself. First down, goal to go at the 8 and stop, push back right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe no game to play there. Maybe Forward Progress gets a yard. Now looks like it's going to be Nesham with the carry. He will get, let's see what we're going to officially mark it. Looks like maybe 6, 7 yard. We'll give him a yard on that. Second down and goal from the 7. And 1 yard pickup. Clock remains running. 7 minutes to go in this ball game. I would say a fast-moving ball game, but less than 2 hours right now. They're not in any hurry at all. Is Parkston. Comes a handoff. This one's right in the middle to Newton. And he will fight to the 1. Touchdown for Newton. I guess officially, what did you give him? 7 yards? 8 yards officially for Newton. And he scored back-to-back touchdown. 1 receiving, now 1 rushing for Jesse Newton. 8 yards. With 6:42 left to go here in this ball game. Now 2-point conversion forthcoming. 2 third-quarter touchdowns, 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns for Parkston. With 6:42 left, they lead 34-8. And what's crazy, they're down here at halftime was Parkston. Great first half. Whatever adjustments they made, they're pretty good offensively and defensively. There's a 2-point conversion, tiptoeing, yes, in the end zone is Nesham for the 2-point conversion. So with 6:42 left to go here in this ball game, it's all Parkston. The Trojans lead 36-8 with 30 unanswered points in this ball game. We're back with the kickoff in a minute. Uncle 93. Jaron, what is it? Big plays what? 22 yards? Yep. 36. Oh, whoops. 36. Answer. 36. 2 yards in 7 minutes. That was a 3-play drive, 22 yards, an 8-yard touchdown run by Jesse Newton. The Jaron Nesham 2-point run was good. 6:32 on the clock. By the way, it took 1:36 off the clock. 36-8. That was set up on the interception, by the way, for the Parkston defense. By the way, the interception by Luke Borman that set them up. Kickoff, short return out to the 30-yard line with 6:38 left. Be listening for the Farm Bureau Financial Services Rocky Newhouse postgame show. Stats, scoring, highlight scores, and the Sun Gold Sports Player of the Game. From auto and home insurance to farm and ranch insurance, life insurance, and more, Rocky can help customize your coverage to fit your specific needs. Together, Rocky will create a plan that's right for you. It's your future. Let's protect it. For your insurance and financial needs, call Farm Bureau Financial Services, Rocky Newhouse in Corsica and Mitchell. 6:38 left. Wildcats back. Oh, and Slepty wanted to plan, and down he went, and immediately there's no getting up in high school football when he hit the ground. And that's a self-sack, if you will. Stepping and planting and slipping was Carter Lentz, and down he went for a big loss of maybe 10. And third, not quite 10. 6 yards. Second down and 16. With 6:14 left. 2 touchdowns in the third, 2 touchdowns in the fourth. They're in quick fashion. 3:38, 2:32, 54 seconds, and 1:36 for Parkston. And they converted 3 of the 4 2-point conversions. And they've scored 30 unanswered points.
16 for the Wildcats.
Down in 16 from their own 24-yard line. Rolling out left side. Got a couple of blockers in front of Lentz. He'll get a kick out. Oh, maybe a close to be a hold. And fighting hard. He'll get across the 40 to the 45 to maybe the 47-yard line for Lentz. It's a 23-yard hard-nosed run by Carter Lentz, the senior quarterback. And it'll be a first down. Good run by Lentz. Just when they thought they were going to throw the football, he comes out and runs the football down the 47, 46-yard line. We'll also select our Sun Gold Sports Player of the Game coming up in the post-game show. We'll have our celebrity statisticians select the Player of the Game. Award him with an awesome-looking t-shirt from Sun Gold Sports and Mitchell, and now Hero. 5:10 left to go. Here comes a handoff coming to that right side. I'm not sure they would know. 28, that's Jaden Caleb.
Right side of the line.
Caleb, the fullback, got that carry a few yards, couple down to the 50-yard line, so 3-yard pickup. Second down and long 6 maybe to go. Need to get down inside the 45 of Parkston. 4:48 left to play. In this ball game, 36-8 Parkston. They were down 8-6 at halftime. Great cuddle. A whole lot of hurry. 30 and counting. Back to pass. Kimball, White Lake, and Lentz. He's going to air it out, and he's open, and it was a little bit overthrown. Looking for Lance Bass in that far right sideline. They had triple coverage down there, so it would have been tough to get it to Bass. Incomplete, third down and a long 5 with 4:24 left to go here in this ball. One of the bright sides I've seen here in Kimball is the price of gas, $3.79 by the way. Pretty good, $3.84 in Mitchell. Still up before I leave town. Doubles to the right. Split back here with shotgun formation for Lentz. Hand it off again to Kaler. He'll look to the right, and I'll come back to the left, and he will get a first down across the 45, down to the 44 for Kaler. Coming up, making a stop there for the Trojans. Number 54 making the tackle for the Trojans. Maybe different personnel. It's a Brecklin Colbert. That's right, 54, 6 foot, 180 pound sophomore. Yeah, got a few subs in there. First down and 10. Moving the chains here for the Wildcats. 3:55 down left to go here. 36-8. Back to pass, Lentz. Throws it over the middle, kicked around, and the ricochet almost came all the way back to the line of scrimmage for an interception. That would have been kind of fancy. Cade Turner, the senior defensive back, tipped that, and then ricocheted all the way back to the line of scrimmage at about 10 yards, but it fell down to the ground, incomplete. And it's now second down and 10 with 3:46 on the clock. And don't forget the McLeod's Printing Area Game of the Week on Cool 98.3 next week. We're in Scotland. Jim River hosting Sanborn Central, Woonsocket, and Wesleyan Springs in the Game of the Week next Friday night. 6:45 pregame, kickoff 7 o'clock. We'll have Dylan Lindy back with the stats and color, and Aaron Winger will do the play-by-play next Friday night from Scotland. I will be off doing Corn Palace Festival activities with the Mitchell Radio Group stations next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They'll throw it over the middle, sitting back, picked off by the Parkston Trojans, and running it back, and still on his feet. That's going to be Caden Holzbauer, the sophomore. His first interception of the year, obviously, the 5'9", 140-pound sophomore, Caden Holzbauer with the INT, a couple of interceptions in this second half. Made the tackle. Oh, new quarterback, Park Sinclair. Not Lentz, sorry. And that's going to be a turnover, second turnover of the second half, both interceptions. With 3:33 left to go here in this ball game on the Cool 98.3 Game of the Week. It's Parkston 36, Kimball White Lake 8. We'll take a short one. Timeout on the field. We're back in 30 on Cool 98.3. Holzbauer. Let me look up again. 21, Caden Holzbauer. We get a play again too. Cool. Okay. Oh, back here in Kimball, 3:33 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Parkston with the football. We'll try to get as many subs in here as we can. There'll be a few. Quarterback, by the way, is Carter Summer. They're going to hand it off this time to Gage Reichert, the freshman, 5'5", 135-pound freshman. Pick up 3 yards, second down and 7 with 3:15 left to go in this ball game.
Bring up 2nd and 7 from the 45.
Get the line of scrimmage. MT here under center. Go back Summer. Hand it off to the right side. Can he turn that corner? This is Connor Prunty. Connor can't find anywhere to go. Down he'll shake a couple of tacklers, and then he's sandwiched and down he goes. That was a hard fought 2-yard run for Connor Prunty, the junior, 5'6", 135. He'll get a couple of yards out of that, but he ran for his life for it seemed like 20 yards of it, but when he gets to third down and maybe 4 yards to go for a first down. Need to get inside the 40, maybe the 39. 3:28 left to go. Parkston with the football. Parkston is going to go to 1-0. Kimball White Lake going to fall to 0-1. Hand off up the middle, twisting, turning, fighting at the 40. To be short of the first down by maybe a yard. Again with that carry is 15. That's going to be Gage Reichert. Making the tackle is J.D. Goff, 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore for Kimball White Lake. 150 and counting. 4th down and a long one to go. They'll go for it here, obviously, down 30, up 36-8 for Parkston. Reaching up to the line here, not to throw the football. There's a handoff again. They're trying to find somewhere, but they know they're going to hand the football off. Connor Prunty was engulfed by a sea of black, green, and white jerseys, and they go all the way back to near the 50-yard line. Big loss and turnover on downs. So it'll be Kimball White Lake football with 1:32 left to go. And we have a timeout in the field, and we'll keep it right here. We'll give you an update in our post-game show on the Wild Oak Green Life Fitness scoreboard update, by the way. We'll have that for you coming up in our post-game show, our play of the game. Stats, scoring, highlights, and more all coming up on the Farm Bureau Financial Service Rocky Noonhouse post-game show. Farm Bureau Financial Service, Rocky Noonhouse in Corsica, and Mitchell.
The Booster
That's
Club
coming
has
up.
extra burgers left over. If anybody wants to pick up a bag of burgers there, then I
Bag
think
of
we'll
burgers.
go
That
on
is my favorite word here at football games. Bags of burgers. I like
Hoping
it.
to meet stuff, so if you like hamburgers, stop down.
Let's see. Our next game, next 2 games we'll give you. Sanborn Central, Woonsocket, Western Springs at Jim River in Scotland. And then September 2nd, Labor Day weekend on Friday night, we'll be at Freeman Academy at Avon. Coming up on September 2nd on the McLeod's Printing Game of the Week. Kimball White Lake
Somebody on the carry.
coming video with the carry. Handoff by Park Sinclair, the sophomore backup quarterback for the Wildcats. No game to play. Second down and 10 with 1:10 left to go here in this ball game. Get the line of scrimmage, maybe a couple more plays here. Slot right. Handoff coming left side, pulling his head down. Oh! Stole the ball right out of his hands! And coming up loose is Caden Holzbauer. And Caden, who I do believe has an interception and now a strip fumble, if you will. Wowzers. Just pulled it right out of the hands and went the other way, did Holzbauer. Well, you got to mention him as a player of the game candidate. Interception, a fumble. But 3 turnovers, by the way, by Kimball White Lake in the second half. That doesn't help. Plus, I don't think they crossed the 50-yard line in the second half with Kimball White Lake. Offense just wasn't there. Defense just kind of got pushed back on their heels on 4 scoring drives of Parkston in the second half. But give credit to Matt Grave to rally his troops in the second half, because whatever he said, whatever they did to adjust in that second half, it had worked here against Kimball White Lake. They had all the momentum, by the way, in that first half. Dude, Kimball White Lake had the leads. Life was great. Second half had been all Parkston, 36 straight points. Check that, 30 straight points. It's 36-8 now, but they trailed 8-6 at halftime. Kudos to Matt Grave, Craig Bruning, Jed Jodozzi, Peyton Smith, Jason Weber, John Akery, all contributed in the second half comeback. There's a fumble snap and going to be recovered by Parkston. Fumble fell into the ground and it was covered up by Craig Vector, freshman, lineman, covered that one up. Vector, hope I said that right. I know Johnny played in the back of the studio. 25 seconds left, maybe get one more play off for Parkston. They're going to go to 1-0. Kimball White Lake. They're going to be very competitive this year. They will. They have some tools. Just got to dust it off and shine them up a little bit. This is just week 1, folks. State championships are not won in week 1. I'll guarantee you that.
Holzbauer on the carry route.
Holzbauer, here's what gets a carry on that right side. That's going to be the final score. Parkston, 30 unanswered points. They win it 36-8. Stick around, coming up. The Farm Bureau Financial Service Rocky New House Post Game Show is coming up. Stats, scoring, highlights, scores, and more. Plus the Sun Gold Sports Player of the Game. It's all coming up next in 2 minutes on Cool 98.3 FM and online at cool98.com. We're back in a couple of minutes.
Eric had 3 from 3 and 6 for 59 and 1
He's going to burn. He's going to need individuals, but he's a leading rusher for Parkston. How many carries? 13, 80 yards on the score. 1 TD.
Brown had 6 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown.
1 TD. And another put Braden Jerry. This one's Nico. Probably one more.
Kramer had 6 for 47. The next one is Justin.
I'm just going to top 2 for Parkston. What did Caleb Weber throw?
He was 3 for 7 for 80 yards.
3 for 7, 80 yards. TD. Okay. 3 turnovers. It was Luke, and who was it?
Luke Warren, I know, came out.
Luke Warren, interception. Caden? Yeah. Rushing.
Rushing was part of this.
15, 29. There's the pass.
4 for 12.
3 for 20. 25. That's it. Right. Well, welcome back here in the Rocky Noon House Farm Bureau Financial Service post-game show here tonight. 30 unanswered points by Parkston FB, 36-8 was the final score. And we've got to recap the scoring here in this ball game here for both these teams. First of all, on the scoreboard first was Parkston.
Okay, Kimball White Lake Wildcats play Bonhomme next Friday at Bonhomme. And you can find the KWL volleyball girls play Miller in White Lake. That's for all. Thanks for tuning in to KWL Livestream.